Hi guys, it's Angie and welcome to my Flosstube channel. My channel about cross stitching. If you are new here, welcome, and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm happy to have you here. I enjoy all of the comments I get. I don't answer them as quickly as I probably should, but I'm not a big social media person, so I'm not always checking, which is probably not a smart way to build a YouTube channel. But, you know, again, it's for fun. So if I spend the rest of my time on YouTube with 490 subscribers, I'm fine with that, because those 490 people are enjoying what I have to share, and I'm enjoying what I have to share. So that's all there is to that. So what I'm going to share today, I have a little bit of haul, I have some stitchy progress, and that's about it. But okay, so last night, weird weather. I'm not a stranger to weird weather because I've lived all over the world. So when I grew up in Utah, and in Utah we'd have the nor'easters, north winds, whatever, that would be really, really strong winds that would knock trees over or shingles off the roof. And I remember having to help my dad fix shingles. In Alaska, we had extreme cold, extreme darkness, snow, ice fog, all of that. In Okinawa, we had the lots and lots of typhoons. We even had a hurricane while we lived, or an earthquake while we lived there. It wasn't a very bad earthquake. It was bad enough that it like opened all of our cupboard doors. So that was interesting. In California, we had earthquakes. In Germany, I don't think we ever had any really weird weather. And then in Texas, we had hail the size of apples. Right before we left, we had tornadoes. In fact, we were really close to a tornado earlier this year. Before we left, it was within, I want to say within 5 miles of the base. It was pretty terrifying for my son when we had to rush to our shelters. But yeah, so I've been through lots of weather. Last night, I thought it was raining when I went to take the dog out, and it wasn't rain, but it was weird. So when I think of hail, I'm thinking you've got the little small, you know, irregularly shaped balls that are white. They're not clear, they're white, and they, you know, they're tiny to, I mean, our biggest ones were sizes of apples, but usually it's like dime sized or smaller, and they make a lot of noise, and it only lasts for a minute or two, and then it stops and it's something else. Well, whatever this was, it wasn't hail, but it wasn't rain, because they were little tiny clear pieces of ice. They weren't round, and it didn't sound like hail, and it lasted for a long time. I don't know what that is called. I mean, I'm guessing it's just another form of hail, but it wasn't snow because it wasn't soft and fluffy, and it crunched when you walked on it like hail would crunch, but it wasn't white. It was clear, and it was like raining crystals. I don't know, what is that called? Is that ice rain? Because I always thought ice rain was like ice fog, where it was just, I don't know. It was the first time I've ever experienced something like that. Maybe somebody else out there knows. It's crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in haul. First, I got my needle minders. They got here yesterday from Mad for Minders. I have not actually been to the website. I've only ordered from the Etsy page, Mad for Minders on Etsy. So I don't know if there's more options or if it's all just the same and it's either or maybe when you go to madforminders.com, it takes you straight to the Etsy page. I don't know. But the first one I got is I'm a Grey's-aholic, which is not super true. I enjoy Grey's Anatomy. Well, to be honest, I avoided watching this show for the longest time because I had heard it's all just about people having affairs on each other, which didn't sound interesting to me. I am a fan of medical dramas. I watched ER when ER came out. I watched all of House. I watch a lot of medical dramas if I can find one that's good and that I can get access to, because we don't have regular TV. Finally, though, when I found out Grey's Anatomy was on Netflix, I think it was like 2 years ago. I knew it had been on there for a while. I just hadn't watched it. I finally broke down and watched it, and I mean, it became a guilty pleasure. It was enjoyable. I don't watch all of the episodes. I have a few that I really like, but then I have a bunch of storylines that I just don't particularly care for. I knew about a lot of the stuff that happened before that was supposedly, the big end of season stuff. I knew about it beforehand, so it wasn't shocking. I have not seen anything of the newest season. It's hit and miss. I have to be in the right mood. But anyway, I just thought it was a cute minder, though. So I figured I'd get it. I picked up this one because why not? I enjoy Jaws. I actually have this in a pattern that I'm going to stitch up here eventually. And then this one, which is made out of wood, which I love. Area 51. Because why not? I mean, it's me. So those are my minders, my new minders, and I'm excited about those. And then I also got Northern Nights in the mail. So this is the full kit, so it has everything needed to stitch this. I still have a lot of the original threads. There's just a couple of them that I ran out of. So what my plan is to continue stitching with what I have until I run out of what I have, and then just take what I need from this, leaving the rest here. Because I know that they give you enough for the project, but if you're frugal, you can have extra. And then by keeping it intact, I'm thinking that what I'll do is when I'm done, I will give this kit away. And it will only be hopefully missing just a couple of colors. No matter what, I will make sure to leave at least one strand of any color in here, so that if I do a giveaway and you win this, you can easily see the color that needs to be matched if you need to match it, if you need more, if that makes sense. I don't need a second kit. I'm not going to need all of this thread. I still have so much of the thread left. But I can't really, I'm not gonna decide whether or not I'm gonna give it away for sure until I see how much I do. Because I mean, I've only done half of it, and I still have a lot of the thread left. So I don't think, it's mostly some of these smaller colors in the lights up here and some of the yellows that I'm running out of. Everything else I still have plenty of. I'm hoping that I won't have to borrow too much from this, and that way it will be a decent giveaway. So, I mean, somebody out there might want this, right? It's a really pretty pattern. I really do like this. So I need to pull it out and get to work on it now that I've got replacement parts. So that's my haul cross-stitching wise. So I guess we'll go ahead and get into what I've been working on. So I needed to get some more done for Nerdapalooza. So Nerdapalooza in semi-sane stitching, you could put up to 5 nerdy whips, and then you just needed to show some progress on those whips during the month of January. It only runs through the month of January. So I put on my map of Middle Earth, but then I decided I didn't want to use that one for Nerdapalooza. I think you can double dip, but I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to, because that's also my focus piece, and I'd rather the stitches go to the focus piece, the January focus piece in semi-sane. But I also had my 11sies on there. I had a Mythbusters on there. I've got this one, Sherlock, on there. I think I have a video game one too. And for each one that you put some progress in, you get an entry for a giveaway, I believe. So I decided I needed to at least get a start on this, and I don't feel like it's enough of a start, so I need to add a little bit more in this week, which this week is running out, so I need to hurry. But this is how far I got so far on Sherlock. I got the umbrella done. I did this first thing Friday because my weekend was filled with 24 hours of cross stitch marathon and finishing Extravaganza. I don't remember the exact name of it through Semi-Sane. So anyway, one more time, Sherlock's. This is what the umbrella. Can't remember whose it is. Watson's, Sherlock's. I don't know. It's an umbrella. But I don't know if I really got in depth on this, but I really, really like this pattern because it has so much from, I mean, it's got everything that makes the show, all of the seasons, so much fun. So I think I'm going to try to do maybe this part as well this week, but we'll see. I am trying to be patient. My kids keep interrupting me as I'm trying to film. It's kind of driving me bonkers. I don't like being watched while I film, and so I try to wait till they're not around. Okay, sorry. Lots of interruptions. Okay, so this is one I haven't actually shown anybody because I just on a whim decided to start this. So this weekend, on top of 24 hours of cross stitch, which is from a completely different Facebook page group, Semi-Sane Stitches had a finishing Extravaganza event. And it was how many projects can you finish this weekend? And you had a very specific set of time frame in which to finish as many as you could, and however many you finished, then you would get you'd get an entry into a drawing that happened yesterday. And I didn't realize until too late that each part of a stitch along would also count. Had I realized that, I would have put the last 100 stitches in my Dark Queen and gotten an extra entry. But as it is, I was attempting to finish Pavan, which was, I know, it's crazy because it looked like I had so much, but you'll be surprised. I cannot wait to show you Pavan. But when it was apparent that no, I was not going to finish Pavan, I did pull out a small pattern that I recently purchased. This is going to go near our downstairs TV. That's going to kind of be our fun TV area. So I'll put up TV show cross stitches and stuff. That's where Avatar is going to go when I'm finished with it. But I finished this. I started and finished this on Sunday. So this is my Mythbusters. I am a fan of Mythbusters, but this is also, I mean, they're sciencey, they're nerdy. So this worked in Nerdapalooza, but it also worked in the finishing Extravaganza, and I ended up getting 2 entries because it was a new start and a finish. So this is my first finish of the year. Yay! Now I just have to figure out how I'm going to actually finish it. I just need to find a frame or something so I can hang it on the wall. This is from the same person who did the Avatar alphabet. I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot, which is annoying me. So I'm sure it's annoying you. Pixel Man. He, I think, goes by a different name on Etsy, but it's Pixel something or other. But if you just did Pixel Man and Mythbusters in the search, you'll probably find this. But it's also, he did Avatar alphabet. He's got the horror movie one. There's a lot of other ones that are kind of fun and cute and small like this, but I just really liked the Mythbusters one. So yay for new starts and finish. Yay! I did work on this. Oh, and I guess I forgot to mention I got some extra bobbins in the mail. But I only put, so far this, I have the rest of the week to get another 2,000 stitches on this, so I'll get the full 7,000 for magical stitches. I put about 500 in the last 2 days. I pulled this out to work on it today, and I just was not feeling it. I have a teenage daughter who is very much acting like a teenage daughter today. I have 2, okay? My first teenage daughter did not act like a teenage daughter. Like, I was expecting terror, and it was amazing. She's practically an adult. She's wonderful. And my other daughter is wonderful as well, but oh, she is so 13. And today was a bad 13 day. And my heart was not in it. And so I got, I might have actually put about closer to 300 in today and 300 in last week after I showed this to you. So there might be 600 in here, and I still have about 2,000 left to go. I can manage 1,000 on this in a day, so I'm not too worried. I think I can get this. I can get the finishing touches on my dark clean, and I can probably put a few more stitches into Mythbusters by February, no problem. But yeah, so I mean, you're not gonna really see much of a difference on this, but there's Magic Steady. Although from back here, it's looking pretty cool with, you know, when I'm stitching on it, I don't see it as clearly as when I'm looking at it on camera, so that's cool. All right, and then last, but most definitely not least, I don't know, I just felt like working on Pavan, and so that is what I did, and wait till you see. In fact, just for fun, here is what it looked like last time you saw it. And here it is today. So obviously there's another motif similar to that over here. And then there's some little things in here, and there's like one more big flower, one more of these things, the rest of the border. And then there's where it's just too wide, 2 stitches wide, there's a gap, and then 2 stitches wide all the way around. I think I have about, I want to say Pattern Keeper said maybe 8,000 stitches left to do. Maybe not even that much. I'm in the 70 percentile, and just when I started this last week to add a bunch of stuff, I was in the 40% somewhere done. I wasn't even halfway done yet. So I'm pretty sure, I mean, not pretty sure, I know I put, since you last saw this, over 6,000 stitches in it. I was on a kick. I was just really, really wanting to try and finish this weekend. And it's gorgeous. And the detail, like up here, the detail is insane. But what's cool about this is I was able to kind of figure out the pattern, and then I didn't have to keep looking at Pattern Keeper. So it is really, really pretty. And then I had to kind of adjust because in the pattern it says 2020, so I had to figure out how to put 2021 because I absolutely am finishing it this year. And then over here is the letter L, and over here is another letter, which is the initials of the designer. So I have to change them to A and S. So I have to figure out how I'm going to chart those. But this is what I did this weekend. This was my main focus for 24 hours of cross stitch, and I did complete 24 hours of cross stitch over 3 days. I'd wanted to watch something, but my kids all wanted to be around watching. I wasn't up in my room, I was down here in the main living area, and my kids were wanting to watch TV, so they were watching Phineas and Ferb. I actually ended up listening to 3 books. I was halfway through 1 book, and I finished 2. I listen mostly to my books through Audible, and when I listen to them, I usually listen to them at 1.5 speed. So if it's a 12-hour audiobook, it's quite a bit shortened. It's come to the point now where I can't even listen to a book on normal speed because it sounds like they're talking so slow, which annoys me. So I can't listen at 2 times speed. Well, I guess it depends on the narrator. Most narrators, 1.5 is perfect, it sounds like they're talking just like I'm talking right now, kind of fast, but not too fast. And I don't know. And so I listened to a bunch of Preston Child. It's his name. It's two writers, Lincoln Child and Douglas Preston. Thank you. And it was the Pendergast series that I was listening to. He writes crime dramas, and there's a few. He's got a series with a main character named Gideon, a series with a main character named Nora, and then a series with the main character, his last name's Pendergast, and that's the series I've been listening to. I've listened to 2 Pendergasts and 1 Nora, which is the 3 that I listened to over the 24 hours of cross stitch, and they were not bad. I mean, I use Audible for a lot of them, but I recently got a new library card subscription here in Virginia, so I use the Libby app, and so I now have two libraries connected to my Libby app, and so I can check out the books on there, which has been a lot nicer on my bank account. So I was doing that. But that's my progress. Like I said, I'm probably going to work mainly on Magic Study and Sherlock this week. I don't know. Oh, and I need to work on Sasquatch, because for Magical Stitches, we are supposed to stitch 1,000 stitches on something, on a mythical creature. And it has to be something, it has to be a creature that if you Google it or look it up online, it is described as a mythical creature, which was really frustrating for me, because in every website I could find about Bigfoot or Sasquatch, because they're interchangeable, it always said a creature of legend or a creature of folklore. And it wasn't until I finally just Googled, is Bigfoot a mythical creature, I finally found a website where it said here, mythical creatures, and then each section it would say mythical creature mermaid, and then it would describe the mermaid. Mythical creature Sasquatch, and then it would describe the Sasquatch. And so then I was like, finally I got it, so it works. Because I mean, we all know Bigfoot's not real, it's a myth. But yeah. So anyway, so I've got to work a little bit on Sasquatch, so I need to pull that out. But I don't that just has to be done by Sunday night. I mean, they all have to be done by Sunday night. And I think that's it. And then starting next week, I'm going to be really busy in Semi-Sane, because they've got a scavenger hunt starting, which I don't have any details on yet. And they're doing something called Stitchopoly, which I remember as I was watching Flosstube last year, some of my friends from Virtual Stitchers were playing Stitchopoly, and it sounded like a lot of fun, but you couldn't get into Semi-Sane because it was a closed group at the time, and it still is a closed group. There are ways you can get, you can gain entrance, but I'm not sure what they are at the moment. Anyway, but Stitchopoly is starting, and I'm kind of excited about that. We'll see how I do. And then I think in Magical Stitches, we're going to get, in February, we're going to be put on our teams, so then we'll get to finally see what the team play is like. And if I get all 7,000 stitches done on my focus piece, then I think I earn a weapon, and I don't know what I get to do with said weapon, but I'm sure it'll be something fun. So that's all I have. That's it for stitching. I think I'm gonna get on Virtual Stitchers tonight. I haven't been on in a couple weeks. I feel bad. I love getting on Virtual Stitchers and chatting with my friends, but I enjoy doing that when everybody is settled for the evening, and that doesn't happen till like 9 or 10. And then if I want to have a good conversation, I feel like I need to be on there for 1 to 2 hours. And so anytime I get on Virtual Stitchers, I find that I'm usually on till midnight or 1 o'clock, which on some nights isn't a big deal, but multiple nights in a row, that's not good, because I get up early with the kids, but I don't want to sit and chat during the day, because then I get interrupted, or my kids have live mics or this or that. I prefer the evening chats. And then I don't, yeah. So I end up not getting on because every night I think I'll get on virtual stitchers tonight. And then by the time 9 o'clock rolls around, I'm like, I'm too tired. I want to go to bed. I'm not going to do it. It's dumb. It's dumb. But I think I'm going to get on tonight, so I might get a head start on, maybe I'll pull out Sasquatch. I haven't stitched on Sasquatch in a little while. And then, oh yes, at the end of this week, I also get to start the letter C on my avatar alphabet, which the name of the character is called Combustion Man, but if you are an avatar aficionado, you will also know him as Sparky Boom Man. So he's a cyclops. Well, not a cyclops. He's got 2 eyes, but then he's got a cyclops eye in his forehead, and he tries to blow up the gang. So he's called Combustion Man, but yeah, so I get to stitch him next. That'll be fun. Ooh. That's it. That's everything I have. Ooh, I did buy something. It's not a stitchy thing, but I'm excited about it because I don't know about you, but I have a lot of COVID weight that I have gained. I'm calling it COVID weight because I was not productive in the health department during the last almost year of quarantine. You would think that, but no. My daughter took up baking and I took up enjoying what she would bake. I have a subscription to Beachbody.com, which has tons and tons of exercise videos. And they're fun to an extent, but I'm not a big fan of exercise videos. In the past, when I've ever lost large amounts of weight, I've usually done a really good job with just eating less, eating whatever I wanted, but eating less of it, and either doing the elliptical, running, or walking. I cannot run right now because I have a torn, or at least an injured meniscus in one knee. And so my physical therapist had told me to start cycling, which is what I did. It has helped a lot with my knee, but I still find it can be painful sometimes. So cycling is what I prefer. I'm doing a little bit of the bar method through Beachbody because once upon a time, if you can imagine, I did used to be a dancer. I wasn't a great dancer, but I had some skills. And so I'm trying to get some of the bar technique. Anyway, muscles on ballerinas. Ballet is a fantastic workout, but I get so bored so fast with exercise videos. So I ordered myself a bike, an indoor bike to exercise with. Not a Peloton, as much as I'm sure those bikes are fantastic. I know a lot of people that have them. I didn't like the idea of paying as much as you would need to pay for the bike, and then I think it's like $35 to $40 a month just to use the service that makes the bike worth it. I did see that there are a lot of Peloton hacks where you can get the Peloton app and then just use a regular bike. The only difference is if you're supposed to have a certain kind of resistance in the app, you kind of have to figure it out yourself. I thought about doing that, but instead, as I was shopping, I found a Proform bike that was not cheap, but not Peloton expensive. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. And it also has a screen on it, and it comes with a year-long membership to a fitness program that has scenery, so you can ride through bike trails in different areas, and then it also has bike classes, and I can just bike. I don't have to be doing a program, and all of that sounds fantastic. I have no idea when it's going to get here, but I love that because right now while I school, I think I've mentioned this before, I have some kids that really struggle with paying attention, and so this is what I do. I wake up, I sit here, I have one kid there, one kid here. Both of them have screens towards me so I can find out if they're on YouTube instead of in class, which you would not believe how often that happens. I wish we could block YouTube. Apparently we can't. And I cross stitch, but what would be nice is if I could get, you know, set up the bike behind me in this big open area. I can sit and I can do some of my working out while they're doing school, and then I will at least feel somewhat productive. I feel lazy during the day because I'm just sitting here. But I have to sit here because it is very apparent anytime I try to get up and go do the laundry and stuff, I'll come up and find a quick, oh, hide my screen. It's obnoxious, you guys. It's obnoxious. Oh my goodness. I recently had to bring up a third child because said child can't seem to make it to class on time. So now that child has to be up here until they can start using their time management skills and stop being tardy to class every day. I'll tell you how well that went over. Mom is a favorite right now. I'm a favorite. Okay, that is all I have for you guys this week, and I should be back next week, hopefully with some more stitchy progress. I'm probably not going to work on Pavan this week. I'm a little Pavaned out. It'll probably be a week or two before I pull it out again. I'm thinking that I want to have it finished, the stitching on Pavan finished before April, because April is my anniversary and my birthday, and I think what a wonderful present for either to be able to go get that professionally framed and then hung up somewhere in my house. So that one will be totally worth it. And yeah, so that's it. All right, I am going to quickly do an edit on this and then get myself into Virtual Stitchers and get this loaded. You'll probably see this tomorrow because it's late tonight. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Sorry, I've got hiccups. And I hiccup funny, so I'm trying not to let you hear that. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.